What are the best cards in Hockey Ultimate Team? That is the question that we are going to answer in this video. Taking a look at the best cards, in my opinion, at each position for Hockey Ultimate Team currently. I want to make sure that everyone knows this is simply just a guideline in my own opinions. If you have a favorite card or player, always use that card and player. It is going to be far more satisfying scoring with your favorite player than it is scoring with whatever random big meta defenseman that is deemed the best in Hockey Ultimate Team. So again, use this as a guideline to know which cards you should probably chase after. Let's get into it. All right, let's start out with left-handed wingers, and we're going to leave the camera on for this one. Why not? It's going to be the 93 Marian Hossa from the Style Icons event. This event actually had some really high-end cards released for it, as well as some duds. But Marian Hossa had 6'1", 207, sniper and two-way forward, as well as defensive checking and shooting boost. Checks out pretty much every box you want in a top-end winger card. You can get up to 95 speed, excel, agility, and balance, as well as 90 endurance, and has gold unstoppable force to go with the fact that he's 6'1", 207. Great wrist shot, awesome hand stats. All in all, like I said, a perfect winger for this stage of the game. Coming in at number 3 among left-handed wingers is the 93 Andrei Svechnikov. We talked about the fact that he's got a custom skating stride, always feels faster than his attributes indicate, but his attributes are really good as well because he does have speed boost, making his speed up to 97, acceleration's 95, agility's 95, balance 92. His shot is essentially maxed out. Hand stats are 99. Even his body checking is at 90, and he's 6'2", 195 with silver truculence. The only downfall is that skilled up is really not all that useful in Divisions 1 and 2. Even if you are using total control, it's just so easily defended. But even without any abilities activated, this is one of the best cards in the game. So he comes in at number 3. Up at number 2 is the 93 team builder, Rick Nash. Power forward, sniper forward, can get speed boost as well to get his speed up to 97, acceleration 95, agility 95, his balance is great, as is his endurance, and he's got a 99 wrist shot. Hand stats are almost max. He's 6'4", 211, gold unstoppable force, silver elite edges. He is the absolute prototype card that you want in Hockey Ultimate Team for competitive play, and his shot is just absolutely lethal. So for all those reasons, he checks in at number 2 among left-handed wingers. And then lastly, at number 1 among left-handed wingers is the Team of the Year Connor McDavid. Essentially has 99 skating across the board. His balance is almost max. Endurance can get boosted as well. His shot is far better than his stats indicate. Hand stats are max. Like, there's really not much else to say about him. He's got gold wheels combined with the fact that he's got one of the fastest skating attributes and a custom stride that's in the game. With elite edges means that you can make your cuts at top speed, and you can throw unstoppable force on it if you want, but I think that's just overkill. This has been the best card in the game for me. I think it'll remain as such for the remainder of the game. He's just built different, as he should, as he's the best hockey player in the world, and if you were able to get his Team of the Year card, you've got a card that you can set it and forget it for the remainder of the year. On to centerman, and we're going to start at number 4 with Jack Eichel. Now, there are going to be cards in this list that you can play at wing or center or other positions, and there's actually a player that has multiple cards, but again, we'll get into that in just a little bit. Jack Eichel as a winger, I think, is probably the second best right-handed winger in the game, but I think at center, he's just extremely advantageous because we're in a landscape where there is not a ton of available great centerman cards. At 6'2", 207, he's got great size, and he can get defensive boost, which would max out his face-off rating. His shot is essentially max in terms of his wrist shot. And then it's his skating. Again, has a custom stride like Andrei Svechnikov, is faster than his attributes indicate, max hand stats, all of that with gold wheels. All of that makes him the number 4 centerman in the game. Coming in at number 3 among centermen is the 94 Wayne Gretzky, the ultimate icon. Again, this is a toss-up. They're very, very close in attributes between number 2 that I'll get to in just a little bit. 95 speed, excel, 98 agility, essentially a maxed out hands, essentially a maxed out shot, and he's got defensive boost, which can get his face-off rating up to 99. You can go unstoppable force elite edges, which is one of the best combos in the game. There really isn't much else to say. The only reason that he's a little bit further down the list is because there are some centermen that are a little bit bigger, and when it comes to centermen, not just offensively, but defensively, they cover the middle portion of the slot area, and having a bigger centerman means that you can throw the bigger players off of the puck, a lot like Rick Nash, for example. example. And the only slight downfall is that Wayne Gretzky is a little bit smaller, but still among one of the best cards in the game. Coming in at number 2 among centermen is the next-gen Mario Lemieux. Like I mentioned, there is a player that has multiple cards potentially on this list. His ultimate icon is still great, and I'll mention where I would place that. Honestly, I'd probably flip Mario Lemieux and Wayne Gretzky at 2 and 3 if you have his ultimate icon. But this next-gen card is just simply a perfect centerman card option for you. You can max out his shot, which gives him 99 across the board. He's 93 speed, excel, 92 agility, 90 endurance. Hand stats are max. And then he's got 99 faceoffs, gold unstoppable force, silver quick draw at 6'4", 230. That is a massive advantage over a lot of other centerman options that are in the game currently. It's actually kind of rough that they did his icon so dirty in comparison to this card because the abilities on this one are just better than his ultimate icon. Nonetheless, his ultimate icon can obviously keep upgrading, so it will be better, but this is a fantastic center. Honestly, the second best one in the game, in my opinion. And then coming in at number 1 is the 93 team builder, Jason Arnott. 6'5", 230, 94 speed, 92 excel and agility, max balance, which is huge, as is his endurance up at 90. His shot is almost max, as are his hand stats. 99 faceoffs, 99 body checking, and 1 gold quick draw player on your team essentially means that you are going to win the draw, even just mathematically, like 66% of the time, because you will win any tie-up as well as any time that you successfully counter. I'm big on having someone with gold quick draw, at least one player, just because no matter what the situation, I can effectively win the draw at will with this card, and that's just a big advantage to me. So he comes in at number 1. On to right-handed wingers. At number 4, we've got the 92 Teemu Selanne. Again, he can activate speed boost on his card to get his skating up to 98. His shot's great, hand stats are max. You can go gold wheels if he's high enough in your lineup, but elite edges is really all you need to throw on this card. At the All-Star Open, all 4 competitors among the best players in the game, they all had this master set player on their teams. And again, just a card you can kind of set it and forget it for quite some time because of the skating. Coming in at number 3 among right-handed wingers is the 90 All-Star Bill Guerin. 6'2", 220, 99 speed and excel. It was just wild that they released this card. His other attributes aren't as impressive as some of the other wingers, but gold wheels on 99 speed and excel with 6'2" size and elite edges is a wild combo. And again, just a card that you can set it and forget it for the remainder of the year. Up at number 2 is the free flashback 93 Matthew Barzal. It is a hell of a grind, but 99 speed on this card with gold wheels is just a wild advantage. Throw on elite edges and you can keep that speed coming out of the corners, going left and right. Has been one of the more fun cards to use this year, and you can use him for the rest of the game because of his skating and his shot, essentially. On top of that, you can actually throw him on center if you were to go to a forward, and you can even take his 99 speed, put it to 97, and go defensive boost to get his faceoff rating even higher. But I think where he shines is on wing. I do want to mention that I think Mario Lemieux's ultimate icon, like I mentioned at center, I think he would be probably about the 3rd best. Him and Gretzky would flip, but he would also be slightly behind Barzal on the wing. So again, for anyone that has the Mario Lemieux ultimate icon, that's just kind of where I would fit him in. Also, he will be the best ultimate icon at the end of the game, but we've got a few more months for upgrades. And then coming in at number 1, the team of the year, Nathan MacKinnon. This card is just built different, much like Connor McDavid. Custom skating stride, 99 skating, and gold wheels with elite edges. That appears to be the best combo with the way that this game is played. It's all you need to activate on him. His shot is automatic on the far side. He has been one of my favorite cards to use behind only team of the year, Connor McDavid. Really, any Nathan MacKinnon card from here on out is probably going to be the best right-handed winger in the game. A lot of people have asked, would you put him at center? I just think that he'd be a good centerman. It's just kind of wasting the ability where you just fly down the boards and he's so hard to knock off the puck. On to left-handed defenseman. This 90 Zdeno Chara is just unfair. Extremely expensive, obviously, but 90 speed and is skating across the board at 6'9", 250 with silver shutdown is one of the best combos that you are going to get defensively. The advantage isn't just his size, it's his reach. If you have silver shutdown on, that means your poke check while defending the rush is almost half of the ice pace at the blue line, it's just such a massive advantage for you. I will say that if you aren't able to get Zdeno Chara because he's just dumb expensive, the style icons, Brian McCabe has been incredible as well, playing way above what his stats indicate, but this Zdeno Chara card cracks the top 3 for sure. Coming in at number 2 among left-handed defensemen is the Team of the Year, Miro Heiskanen. This card is just a disaster to go up against. Very difficult to face, and it's not just his like defensive ability. I find that his shot is really effective as well. Gold Shutdown is one of the best abilities in the game, and that's really all you need on this card. Everything defensively is perfect. The only slight knock is that he's only 6'1", 195 in comparison to some other defenders, but that's still fine size at this stage of the game. Just a great card all the way around. And then we've got the 93 Team Builder, Larry Robinson. This has been every single release of Team Builders, there's been a defenseman card that just feels so much better than what the stats and attributes indicate. For example, like Patrice Brisebois at the beginning of the game, Adriana Coyne in the last release. Larry Robinson's skating feels faster than 93 speed, 95 excel, and all you need to put on this card is silver truculence, and that's it. That's all you need. He's 6'4", 225 with max body checking, defensive awareness, and stick checking. You don't need to even put on gold shutdown because truculence will just wipe out anyone that you're going up against. On top of that, it does not stack. The hitting ability from truculence does not stack with shutdown, and the fact that you sap energy is why I would rather have truculence. If you hit somebody, even stumble them, they lose half of their energy, which is just such an advantage. So he is still the number 1 left-handed defenseman in my opinion. On to right-handed defenseman, we've got the 93 Team Builder, Sammy Salo at 6'3", 215. Great size. The knock on him was that he doesn't have many great abilities, if any. I don't mind silver stick him up, but pochecks are so hit or miss in this game. Quick pick is going to be useful for you for sure, but he just really didn't set himself apart from the other defensemen and the Team Builder specifically. He can get up to 96 acceleration with that middle synergy. Everything else is great on this card, but all I've heard since the release is that he is underrated in that aspect. His attributes are all fantastic, especially offensively. He checks in as the number 3 right-handed defense. Coming in at number 2 among right-handed defensemen is the 93 Cale Makar. You can go with his X Factor or his Team of the Year. It doesn't really matter. He's a maxed out skater, a good shot, and again, just gives you an advantage on the back end. If you are someone who breaks the puck out, you can go end to end with a Cale Makar card very easily in this game. He's got a good shot, and he can hit people really hard in this game. Even though he's got a lower body checking stat, I don't know what it is, even without a hitting ability. There's just something about Cale Makar's HUD cards that allow him to just smash anyone that he's going up against. So until we get to the stage of the game where everyone is like 6'4" and above, he might struggle, but until then, he's one of the best. Now, I said I wouldn't include fantasy cards, but unfortunately, Drew Doughty has an X Factor, so he is the best right-handed defenseman of the game. He will never get to my team. His abilities, all you need is silver shutdown, really. The rest of them are actually god-awful. So at the end of the game, he's probably not going to be among the best right-handed defensemen, but can't argue with 99s across the board, even as a Sharks fan. And then finally, goaltenders. Again, as you know, guys, I state this all the time. Goaltenders just do not matter at all. However, this 91 All-Star Jake Ottinger appears to be the one that's kind of separating himself from the pack. But again, he's not going to give you 5 more wins in champs. It's how you play defense. Light work is really the only ability that really has a massive impact in game, it appears, since the buff to it. Showstopper as well, because that actually reduces the amount of energy that they use when making saves, which is big. A much cheaper option that I just picked up for the not of dollars is this 91 star of the month Thatcher Demko. He's been very good for me. Again, silver light works all you really need, but again, goaltenders in the end do not matter. So I hope this helps give you kind of a guideline on which cards to go after. Thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.